guys. Hi everybody. It's Colleen with Couture. Coming in with a cute little project tonight. I'm just going to go ahead and get my iPad going and then we will get started. Okay. There we go. We are started. So, I kind of wanted to take a little break from Christmas. I just have been doing so many Christmas projects that tonight I just wanted to take a little break. And I'm going to do something that I typically know is a big no-no. I'm going to be showing some things that aren't available right now. I hate to do it, but like I said, I just needed a Christmas break, and I wanted to do something cute. So I want to bring in my Buffalo Plaid again. So I figured since I'm using stuff that's not available right now, why not just go for everything that's not available, including our 10-inch round board, which will be available very soon. It's a great little board. It's a 10-inch round that is double-sided, so it's pretty awesome. It comes with burlap string, but I replaced it with this cute little pink ribbon in light of tonight's project. So I had something on here and I washed it off right before we came live and to get ready. And tonight's colors that I'm going to be using are Storm and Cherry Blossom, hence the pink ribbon. I'm going to match it with the Cherry Blossom. And I'm going to do the board and in a Buffalo Plaid background. Again, Buffalo Plaid came back in. It's one of our most popular transfers, so when it does come back in stock, if it's something that you, you see some projects that I've made with it and you love it, I would definitely jump right on. And I usually announce when things that are out of stock are back in stock, so to give everybody a heads up, because Couture's just taking off like crazy, man. It's just, it's crazy town. And it's, a good problem to have in that, things just fly off the shelves when they come back in. It's crazy, but I love it. So this is our Buffalo Plaid transfer. You can see I used it before, and I used it with black chalk, which is why the transfer stained. I didn't use this section down here. So I'm just going to keep using this one since that's what I used before. And I do have the back label with back so that we know when we return it to its carrier sheet that that's where you want to place the sticky side of your transfer to the shiny side of the carrier sheet. So I'm going to try this again. I did a project the other night where I only kind of took half of it down and I kind of folded the other half. I don't know if you can see what I mean when I say that. Let me just think this through. I'm going to put this kind of up towards the top here. Kind of centering it a little bit. Okay, so I kind of still have half of it on. I'm going to raise this up a little bit so you guys can see. Sorry, close your eyes for a hot second while I raise it. I don't want to make anybody dizzy. Okay, there we go. So you guys can see what I'm talking about. I kind of have it still somewhat on the carrier sheet and somewhat kind of half off. And this is just me trying to just use the piece that I need right now. Oh, I do not want you to stick to my chalk paste. Get off of there. Hello, Jessica. I know, Jess, I'm doing a big no-no. This is a what not to do episode of Colleen's Couture because I'm using everything that I shouldn't be using because it's not available. But as I was saying earlier, I need a Christmas break, so I'm just kind of going with something fun and cutesy. And since I figured I'm using the Buffalo Plaid, which is currently not out of stock, which I was saying is a good problem to have, I figured why not use everything that's out of stock? So why not? So we're going for it. So I'm going to be using Storm to make my Buffalo Plaid background on our 10-inch board. I'm just giving my chalk paste a good stir so that we've got it to that nice yogurt-like consistency. And if you may have watched from the other night's episode, last night's episode, I was saying how it's good to give a little spritz of water when you're done at the end of your project. And then that way when you open up your jar, it's fresh and ready to go. No spritz needed. And that's why our Storm is ready to go right now because I did that last night. So I'm going to grab our small squeegee and I'm going to get a pretty good healthy amount. Oh, yep. All right, glad. I'm glad it's not just me, Jess, because I definitely needed a little Christmas break, especially because we will be in full Christmas mode next week. So I figured, let me just take a little Christmas break. All right, so we've got a good healthy amount on here, and no worries, because any excess will go right back into my jar. Goodness gracious, I'm being messy. Okay, so we're just concerned about the silkscreen area, and you can see my board is kind of back there underneath. It's a black board, so you can kind of see it poking through. Oop, I am just making a complete mess here. So I'm just applying pressure and pulling that chalk paste right on down. I think I have a piece of hair. It's going to be one of those nights, folks. A piece of hair just landed right in my transfer. Fantastic. Well, we'll try to salvage what we can and move forward, you know? Just pull it out and go over it again if that happens. Alright, I'm just applying a little pressure, and alright, let's continue with the theme tonight, because now I've got a bubble in there. This is going to be a hot mess project. Hello, Donna. Hello, Linda Davis Rose. Hello, Stacy. I'm so glad that you guys all have decided to join tonight on this hot mess that we are having right now. It's just going to be one of those nights, I think. And that's okay. It happens. And I'm not worried, because if this is a hot mess or an ugly mess, whichever the case may be, I'll wash it off. I'm not too worried about it. But that's the great thing about Couture. Don't like it, mess up, boo-boos. No worries. Wash it off and start again. Yay. Alright, I'm just applying a lot of pressure. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I was kind of like, should I go live tonight? Because I was just kind of feeling it was going to be one of these nights. And I was like, no, I'm going to go live. And we're just going to battle through it. You said, yeah, Linda, I had a cold last week, and then my cold turned into a sinus infection. So yay. So yeah, a little bit under the weather, but now that I'm on antibiotics, I'm doing much better. So now that we have our silkscreen covered, I am going to try to, without putting my finger in here, remove the transfer. And I think I'm making this a lot harder on myself by only pulling back and using half of the transfer and trying to keep the other half on the silkscreen, on the backer. And I think I'm just making it, and this is what I mean when I don't know if you guys can see this. I kind of have it half on and half off the carrier sheet. And it's just so that, because it is a rather large transfer, it's just so that I can kind of place it back on there temporarily until after I'm done my live, and I can just take it and run it to the sink and clean it. So I think I just made that a lot more complicated than it needed to be. Oh, I do suck, Stacy. I'm sucking it up big time tonight. That's okay. Oh, don't make me laugh. Not only that, I have a fever blister and I just cracked it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, well, fortunately it's not bleeding, so we're good. And I did have some boo-boos on here, but I actually like it. I'm not gonna lie. I like boo-boos. And we're going with it. I prefer it, honestly, when I mess up on this. I think it looks kind of cool. It adds a little something to it. So I'm just giving this a dry because I'm gonna put another layer on top here. And this dries pretty quick. It's already dried, good to go. I can run my hands off it. Oh my God. I can run my hands all over it, is what I meant to say. And again, like I said, if I didn't, it's okay, Stace, I'm just messing with you. It was funny. So I can rub my hands all over it, and like I said, if I'm really bothered by little imperfections, I can certainly just wash that off and try again. Not the end of the world, but I like it, and I'm going with it, and that's all she wrote. So let's just get this. Now I'm smearing chalk paste all over my desk. That's just great. Okay, so for the last little piece, since I'm going with the theme tonight of what not to do and using all transfers that are not available, let's continue right on with that theme with our vintage typewriter. I love this guy. He's so cute. I like mistakes too, Stacy. What's it I always say? I always say like perfectly imperfect, which I certainly didn't come up with that. That I've heard somewhere before, but I like it because it's true. Perfectly imperfect. So let's use the Hello Beautiful from the typewriter, guys. How cute. So we'll put that down here, and I'm going to do it in the amazing cherry blossom color. And I did not spritz water in that one before I closed it up the last time. So it's going to need a little help. You can see it gets a little stiff, especially these are like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, lighter pigment, or I guess that's what I'm trying to say, where it gets a little thick. It's more along the spectrum of the white, and the white tends to have a little bit of a thicker consistency, where if you're using like a darker chalk paste like the black velvet or the candy apple red, the pigment in it makes it just a little thinner. So, and it's perfectly fine. You just spritz a little water in here, give it a nice stir, and it's going to bring it right back to that consistency. It just takes a little more work and a little more love, but that's okay. So now that we're getting that to its nice consistency, see, yogurt, yay. We are good to go. So, oh, I've got gray everywhere. All right, I'll clean that up later. I'll show you how to clean up our transfers at the end, and also to clean yourself up too. So I wrote on the back, Hello Beautiful, as I always say, because sticky side meets shiny side, right? Never on paper side. That's how we remember. We label it. And I'm going to just fuzz this real quick, because I have not used this transfer in forever. And when I did use it, I actually only think I used it a few times. What, Jess? Why'd you say call? What did I do? Did I mess something up? You're stealing this. Oh. Yeah, I thought I wanted to do something cute, you know? I really like, I was in the cute mood. Not that Christmas is not cute, don't get me wrong. Christmas is totally cute. But I just wanted something like girly. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Girly. Alright, I'm going to kind of off-center it. Why? I don't know. Just because I feel like it. I don't know why. I think it looks kind of cool down here towards the bottom. So we're going to go with that. I have no design style whatsoever, but we're just going to go with what looks sort of okay. Again, I'm getting a nice healthy amount of chalk paste on my squeegee. No worries. If I've got excess, I can always put it back. I forgot to check for bubbles. Let me check for bubbles. Okay, I think I have no bubbles. I think we're good. And then because we're layering, I always do go a little heavier. Not much, but a little heavier with the top layer. And I don't put as much force. Like when I did the Buffalo Plaid, I really put a good amount of force and held my squeegee like at a 90-degree angle to get all that chalk paste back off, because I want to save it. I want more projects. I'm greedy like that. So, but for the top layer, I go a little lighter when I'm pulling off the excess. Just because I don't want to accidentally pull up some of that bottom layer that came out so perfectly, right? Alright, we've got everything covered. I've got all my lines out. Did that real quick. And excess, always, always, never get rid of your excess. Put it right back in there. And then we peel and reveal. When we peel, we always peel with equal pressure on both sides, right guys? So we don't stretch out our transfer. And hello, I should have went a little darker and a little heavier, I think, with my chalk paste. But here, we're going to do something real quick, guys, and I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it because it needed to be a little heavier. And actually, somebody, who was I talking to? Oh, I remember it was Debbie, and how we figured out when you've got a dark and surface in the background, and especially like if it's a darker and you're using red or light color like this, it's better to go a little heavier with the chalk paste. So I'm going to do that. I'm over here stretching out, getting my exercise in, reaching across my desk, trying to get into my pan of water so that I can clean the Hello Beautiful off real quick. So I'm going to bring that right over to my towel, and we're going to clean this lickety-split very quickly. I like the colors together too, Stacy, but I need to see more pink, so I need to come in here and do another, I'm going to match it up and do another layer of pink on top and add a little more this time. So hopefully I'm not, I mean, it may be because this, oh, don't touch that, my finger's wet. It may be because this is bumpy, maybe, I don't know. We're going to figure it out. That is a possibility. Because you can see it came out pretty good on the solid. But I still want to try to fix it because that will bother me. So I'm just, my transfer's still wet. And here's what I do sometimes. And I don't know if I should be doing this, but I just kind of put it on my hand to try to help speed up the drying of the transfer, especially when I'm live or I'm in a hurry and I don't feel like waiting for the transfer, the silk screen to dry. I kind of just rub it on my hand and that helps to dry it. I know some people will take their heat gun to it. I'm too scared to do that, I'm not going to lie. I'd be afraid of warping my transfer. So I just kind of do that trick and put it on my hand to kind of help it along. Alright, let me see if we can match this up. Oh, the hello looks good. Let's see if the beautiful looks good. I think we're pretty good. I'm going to come in and I'm going to add a good healthy amount of the pink color. Cherry Blossom. Hello. Blanked on the name there for a minute. Sorry, guys. Alright, I'm adding a lot. And you know what? I'm wondering... Hold on, I'm going to get even more on here. I think... And I'm going to see if I'm correct or not. It might be because of the lines in the Buffalo Plaid, which is why it didn't come out. And I'm gonna say, now in hindsight, after I'm already slapping on some more chalk paste here, I'm thinking that's probably what it was. But we're going to try it anyway. I've got a whole 3-ounce jar here, so no worries if I use a little more. Alright, there we go. I'm not going to pull much of that off. I'm going to leave it, and we're going to see if doing a second layer helped or not. Let's see. We're experimenting tonight since it's a ugly mess going on here. Oh, it helped. It definitely helped. I can still see some spots where it does have a little bit of the ridges, but that's just because it's bumpy under there. And we know that when we're chalking or inking on textures like this, sometimes it doesn't always come out perfect. But it's a lot better on like smoother surfaces. But when you've got a little texture, sometimes, especially when you're using ink, I noticed, if it's textured, like I tried to ink on this towel one time, but because it was so textured, it didn't come out perfectly. So I definitely think that that has something to do with it. But I like that I went back in and did another layer of it. And I think it looks really cute. Simple, cute. And I was going girly tonight, taking a break from Christmas, so. Gonna dry that real quick. And then we're gonna add back in our pretty pink ribbon. The piece de resistance is our pretty pink ribbon. Put that back in here. And get in there. There we go. And then, I think I just kind of had this tied in a little bow. And I actually had it hanging right on my wall, because on here, before here, I had sprinkle confetti like kindness. I think I forgot how the saying went, but it's an adorable saying. I loved it. And I did it in pink, so that's why I had the pink ribbon, and I thought, all right, another pink girly project tonight. So this is why we came up with this. So there we go. So I think I just kind of had it tacked in my wall like that. The other thing is, I actually, you know what I got? I don't know. Let me see. Let me grab these. I don't know how these are going to look. I got some of these wood flowers. I don't know how they're going to look with the buffalo. Let's see. Could always put some, oh, now I'm really crowding myself on my desk here. Could always put some cute little wood flowers around. How adorable. Somewhere around. Could always add some of them. I don't think I have pink, but I do have something that's sort of pink. Could just add something like, I am not good with this, guys. with arranging stuff, but could just kind of put something like that on there just to give it a little more of a girly touch, or leave it plain. Either way is perfectly fine. I like the pink ribbon on there. I learned another trick from you. Plug dryer in from the other side of the desk. Yeah. I have it so that the wire's going behind the desk, and then that way I can just kind of grab it and the wire's back there and it's not getting in my way. It took me a while, Stacy, probably a good 3 months before I realized that one, so I'm glad that I could help you out. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it just a plain pink ribbon. I like it. Super cute and so easy. Probably if there was a little less me talking and a little more me doing, this would have been done in probably about 5 minutes, I'll bet you. So easy peasy cute. Wouldn't this be adorable for your daughter's bedroom? Oh my gosh, so cute. I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, let's get into how to clean up our transfers. So I'm gonna move this cute little girl, little guy, little girl over to the side. And then we're gonna bring in our big old nasty looking bucket of water. I think it's time I hit the dollar store and get myself a new dollar bucket, huh? You can tell that there's been so much projects happened here and there in this little bucket. I had it next to me and kept tripping. Oh, yes. Yes, Stacy, don't want to be tripping on your cord. So behind the desk is the way to go. Thank you, Jess. I love the pink ribbon too. And I'm sure that's pink ribbon that you probably shared with me. So I thank you doubly for liking the project and for sharing your ribbon with me. Okay, so I got all the chalk off of that. And I'm just cleaning off my squeegees because we want to save everything. Obviously, these squeegees are like pretty much lifetime, I think, unless you melted it by accident with your dryer. I think that's the only thing that's going to destroy these guys. They are going to be with you for years and years to come. So let's clean that off. And then there's an awesome little trick with our board erasers. Let me get this cherry blossom pink off of my little stirry stick here. So look at how beat up my little sponge, my board eraser is. But here's a little trick. So you can use this to clean off your transfers. How fun is that? And I really like this because in the beginning when I first joined Couture, I was probably going through one of those huge bucket things of Clorox wipes. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? This thing. I was going through these things like water. And then they came out with these amazing board erasers that clean the transfer without having to use the smelly Clorox. So I was thrilled. So that is pretty much all you need to do. I put the transfer sticky side up on my towel, and then I use also my board eraser. I just let it sit on the towel to dry, and I can use that to get rid of any ghosting that I might have on my chalkboard, because if you work with chalk before, you know that sometimes it's going to leave ghosting. And that's perfectly normal, and that's why Couture came out with the awesome board eraser. So it's like this multi-tool, which has two functions, to stir your chalk and to get into cute little areas. The board eraser also is multifunctional in that it cleans your transfers and cleans your boards. So awesome. So once we just clean these off, dry these off, and just stick them back in there. And then the final step that I like to do, I kind of help the drying process up with the transfers, because they have water on the back here. So I just take that same paper towel and kind of clean off some of that water. And then just do the same to the front. You can see that my transfer is perfect condition so that I can use it again. And as I'm talking, my stickiness is starting to come back because it's drying, and the paper towel just kind of helps speed that up a little bit. And then here's where it comes back into play, why we labeled, if I could find my carrier sheet. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. That we labeled the back, paper side. Remember I said shiny side meets sticky side. That's how we remember to put our transfers back on the right way. So we just line it right up here on our towel, like so. and press down, and voila. Now if you have any bumps, here's a lesson, another lesson I learned that I keep sharing because I realized doing a project that I did not push down on my transfer and I had a bump in it. And I guess laying on top of others, it created a bump over my, a word. And I was like, why every time am I chalking is this word not coming out right? And here, it was because I had a little bubble when I put my transfer back on and it folded and put a crease in there. Well, what I did was I worked it with my squeegee really, really hard, but not hard enough that I'm going to stretch it, but hard enough that I was able to get that little crease back out, and voila, I brought the transfer back to life. So I'm very vigilant about making sure that because sometimes I get lazy and I just slap it on there and put it back in. So now I'm a little bit more diligent in making sure that my transfers are back on here in good shape. And that is it. So that was tonight's fun project, our little girly project tonight, because I felt like being girly and not Christmassy took Christmas break tonight. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. And if you are not currently a designer and would be interested in finding out about some amazing deals and discounts and different things that I can offer, type VIP below, and I would be happy to add you to my VIP group. And I'm going to show you real quick, because remember how I said I had gray on my hands? How quick and easy chalk paste comes off. Spritzing it with water, grab a paper towel, chalk paste, be gone. It comes right off with water, so no worries. Oh, got a little more. So as I was saying, VIP, if you're interested, type VIP below. If you think that you would like to become a designer with Couture, oh my goodness, what amazing fun we will have, type join below, and I would be happy to reach out to you and talk to you about all the awesomeness of hello Helena, how are you? Hello Rhonda, I'm so sorry I didn't see you come in. And I would be happy to talk to you about all the awesomeness that goes along with becoming a Chalk Couture designer. I keep saying it's Christmas. What better Christmas gift for yourself than starting your own business? How awesome is that, right guys? I think it's awesome. For 99 bucks, I think it's an awesome deal. Get $240 worth of product in a beginner kit to get rocking and rolling with your own business. And you are very welcome, Stacy. I thank you for hanging around and watching my video tonight. And I'm so glad I'm starting to finally feel better, back to my old self, thanks to antibiotics. And I should be on with another project. I might take another break from Christmas tomorrow, try to come up with another fun little project that we can do tomorrow night. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.